The Pokemon anime just gave us one of its most emotionally heavy and heartbreaking episodes in so long. Episode 99 of Pokémon Horizons didn't just tug at my heartstrings, it absolutely tore them to shreds. It was raw, mature, and it dived deep into something we don't often see in Pokemon. How grief can completely transform someone and how compassion can be the only thing strong enough to pull them back. This one was devastating, so let's talk all about it now. But first of all, just a really quick reminder that I'm on vacation right now in Spain. So this video is going to be kind of brief and the editing will probably suck compared to my other videos. And I'm having to do all the audio recording in just one take because I don't have much time. But I'll still do my best to get all my feelings across regardless. Hopefully the video is still okay. So in the episode, it's revealed that for the past year, Orla has been working with Kana, her friend, helping her run her Pokeball factory. On the surface, Orla looks okay, she's smiling and joking and working, but when we get a glimpse behind the scenes, Orla is broken. She's grieving Friede, she's depressed, she's overworking herself. And when Liko, Roy and Dot arrive to meet her and she finally sees them again, there's like a brief glimmer of joy in Orla. She's genuinely so happy to see how much they've grown and to reunite with them. But then they tell her how they're reforming the Horizon Voltaclers, and then she looks at Roy in the eyes. And in Roy, she sees Friede. It's genuinely heartbreaking, man. Roy is taller now, just like Friede. He wears a yellow jacket, just like Friede. He's got Captain Pikachu on his shoulder, just like Friede. He really is starting to become Friede. And as I'm sure you can imagine, for Orla, who grew up with Friede and was childhood friends with him and now believes she's lost him forever, that similarity between Roy and Friede isn't comforting. It's terrifying. Not only does it give Orla a really heartbreaking reminder that Friede is gone forever, but it also terrifies her that Roy is going to become the next Friede and that the same fate could await him. So, out of fear and grief and heartbreak, Orla refuses to build him a new airship. She shuts them down completely. But then, later on that day, Liko, Roy and Dot find the Brave Olivine airship. It hasn't been dismantled, it hasn't been destroyed. Orla has been hiding it away in the woods nearby, is still intact. But not only that, all the Pokemon who lived aboard the airship have been staying there this whole year. They've been living in the airship, eating food in the woods outside, and when they all reunite with our heroes and their Pokemon, it's such a beautiful, emotional family reunion. Just so much joy, man. Kana then tells them that Orla came to her factory a year ago after everything went down, and that she told her about what happened in Laqua, and that she vowed to never fly again. Her days of adventuring were over after what happened to Friede. So Orla buried herself in work, completely overworking herself, and she did all of it in an attempt to try and suppress the pain of losing Friede, to forget about it, to avoid thinking about it. But Kana completely sees through it. She thinks that deep down, Orla wants to return to that. She shouldn't be trying to hide away from her feelings and try and cover it up by working. So Liko, Roy and Dot are determined to see it through. Later on, there's a really haunting, depressing moment where Orla is alone in the woods, and we really see for the first time just how broken she's become. She can try and pretend she doesn't care, she can keep trying to distract herself by overworking, but even she knows that deep down she can't stop coming back to the Brave Olivine airship every day. And it's really because she misses it. She misses him, Friede. It's so clear how devastated she is by what happened a year ago, how it's completely changed her. And shortly later, our heroes try and get through to her. They know she's still taking care of the airship, she's still doing maintenance work on it. So they know that deep down, she wouldn't be doing that if she didn't ever want to return to it, if she never wanted to fly again. And they tell Orla this, they try and bring the truth out of her. But having to face the reality makes Orla snap. She has an emotional outburst, yelling at them, telling them that Friede was the one who asked her to build the ship all those years ago. And now Friede is gone. She thinks he's gone forever, so it's over, it's done. And man, it hurts so much. You could feel every single ounce of her pain in that moment. She thinks Friede is dead. She thinks she's never going to see him again. I truly can't wait for the day that Friede returns and it's revealed that he's alive and we see the look on Orla's face. She deserves that happiness after a year of grieving and heartbreak. So in response to Orla yelling at them all and shouting at them all emotionally, I genuinely expected our heroes to back down, to cower away. But surprisingly, Liko actually steps up, and she does something amazing. She tells Orla that yeah, Friede may not be with them anymore, but it still doesn't feel like Friede is gone. Because continuing their journey, rebuilding the Horizon Voltaclers, trying to stop the Explorers, the Laqua, that is exactly what Friede would have wanted him to do. Because that's exactly what Friede would have done if he was still around. So Liko says when they keep going in memory of Friede, when they keep trying to set things right, It still feels like they're going on this journey with Friede. It feels like he's still with them. And that absolutely stuns Orla. She never saw it that way. And now, for the first time in a whole year, she's forced to rethink everything. To think about what Friede would have wanted, whether he'd be happy with the way she's handled everything. You can tell just how much of a huge impact those words had on Orla. She's reconsidering everything. And man, I'm proud of Liko and the others for having that level of emotional maturity to explain it like that. It couldn't have been said any better than the way they said it. So yeah, Orla is so deep in thought, thinking about everything, but then the Explorers arrive. It turns out Kana had been unknowingly helping manufacture the strong spheres for the Explorers, and now they're here to collect the latest batch. Uruto, being the absolute legend he is, was trying to fight the Explorers and stop them while our heroes were talking to Orla, but luckily our heroes quickly arrive, with the Explorers realising they're Liko and Roy, the supposed villains they've heard about. And it's not the Explorers we know, it's two new ones. Man, they have cool designs, I love how they match. I really loved to see Uruto standing up against them even when Liko, Roy and Dot weren't around. And although Kana was manufacturing the strong spheres, she immediately quits the job and tries to stop the Explorers herself as soon as she hears the truth about them. Kana's a real one, man, she's on the right side of history, and all of this completely enrages the new Explorers. They send out their Podean Tauroses and use strong spheres, and the episode ends with Orla being horrified by it. Dude, this episode was incredible! I loved it so much, genuinely. I had a really big fear that our heroes would change Orla's mind through just battling the Explorers, and that would be the main focus of the episode, so I'm so glad that I was wrong. I love that Liko, Roy and Dot began to change Orla's mind through their words, through their heart, by reminding Orla of who Friede was and what he would have stood for. With how deep Orla's grief and trauma runs from what happened a year ago to Friede, it would have been such a disservice and so disappointing if they just changed her mind through battling, if she rejoined the team because of a flashy dramatic battle and nothing else. But our heroes actually getting through to her heart through compassion and love and respect, through honouring Friede, that's what made this entire thing so powerful and real. The writers handled it absolutely flawlessly, so much better than I expected. On top of that, in general, seeing Orla so devastated, forcing herself to work endlessly just to keep her mind away from thinking about what happened to Friede, that tore me apart. And when she looked at Roy and saw Friede in him, that was one of the most painful, real moments the Pokemon anime has ever shown. It was devastating and heart-wrenching. I fully understood Orla's feelings because of how realistically they were portrayed. I genuinely cannot overstate just how well this episode handled grief and trauma and moving forward. It wasn't just some reunion or quickly moving forward past everything. This really was the beginning of healing for everyone. It was really beautiful, and I'm so proud of Liko, Roy and Dot for having the emotional maturity and ability to help Orla in that way. And now, with the Explorers back and threatening everything again, I'm so excited for what the future holds. I know that Orla is gonna change. Orla is gonna remember who she is, and she's gonna fly again, dude. And that puts such a big smile on my face. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as I did, and I also really hope this review video wasn't too rough. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the episode below, and be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, I would really appreciate that. And on that note, thank you all so much for watching, and best wishes until we meet again!